These brackets are actually sold separately, are designed for specifically for this truck for mounting it on the roof. We're going to start mounting our light bar on the roof of our truck, but the first thing we need to do is take some things loose inside the interior here in order to get to where we need to drill holes for our mounting brackets. Now, one of the first things we need to do is remove these covers from our A-pillars. Okay, now you guys can see this clip right here, and this clip actually snaps right in here when you put it back on, but it also locks into here. And what this clip is for, it's a safety thing, so that way if your side curtain airbag deploys, it doesn't send this A-pillar cover flying across the truck. Take this off, get it out of the way, and we'll take the one off the other side, and then we need to start working on taking our sun visors down and get those out of the way. Okay, there you go. We've got those off. So the next thing we want to do is remove our vent visors, and also we'll be removing these handles on the side here as well. What we're going to do once we get this down is we're going to disconnect our mirror wire here. And there we go, we got that out of the way. We'll just lay this up here on the dash, and then we need to remove the other side here and pop the cover open on it here. Our torque screwdriver, and we're gonna go up inside here and take this one out. Okay, so that's loose now. While we're over here on this side, we'll go ahead and take this off. Okay. All right. So we're all good to go over on this side. So the next thing we want to do then is go ahead and go over to the other side and take all this stuff off from over there. Okay guys, the next thing we're going to do before we get over here and take all the stuff off on this side is we're going to take this loose. And what we're going to do is just get something up underneath the centerpiece here. And you kind of got to be careful with it so that you don't break it. What we're going to do is just pull up on it a little bit with our screwdriver, and then get our 90-degree pick underneath it, and then we're going to just pull down on it and that'll pop it out of its holder. Once we have that loose, then we can take our Torx screwdriver and take these two little Torx screws out that are right up in here. Okay, once we have this down and out of the way, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and disconnect the wiring to it right here. Okay, working our way across. There you go, now we've got this headliner all loose, where we can actually get up in here and do what we need to do, and without having any problems. Now you can see here our airbag comes all the way down here, runs all the way along underneath here, all the way back to here. And so when we get to drilling on the roof, we want to make sure we take a piece of sheet metal or you know, some thick steel of some kind and put it in between our airbag and the roof, so that way we don't actually drill into our airbag. We've got everything all taken apart in the cab that we need to take apart. The next thing we need to do is our drip ledge trim here. What we need to do is pull this off on both sides, because we need to get in here to drill some holes to mount our brackets for our light, which is our bracket's gonna sit right in this area here, and our our light's going to go up right across the front here. What we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of tape in here where we're going to be putting our drilling our holes. And what we want to do is just put our tape in here. And once we have our tape in here, then we're going to come back onto the tape and we're going to mark 3 1/4 inches. 3 1/4 inches is pretty much right at the end of this mounting bracket, or of this bracket right here. What we want to do then is we want to set our bracket in here right on that 3 1/4 inch mark, and then we're going to mark our holes. And then that's where we're going to drill out for our bracket to go on. We've got everything done here. We've got it measured out. We're ready to start drilling it. And the way you want to drill this is in a 3-step process. First, you want to start out with an 1/8 inch bit, and then go to a 1/4, and then to a 5/16. We've already got our plate steel up underneath here between where we're drilling and our airbag, because you don't want to accidentally drill through this, punch a hole in the airbag, then the airbag wouldn't work anymore. So let's start drilling these holes so we can get this light bar mounted up on this truck. Once we've got our holes drilled out in here, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to install these into the holes, and I'm just going to put those down in there. And then there's a way that you go to tighten these up, and basically these things work a little bit like a rivet. You can see on the sides how they kind of are fanned and split. And what they do is when you tighten them up, they collapse. And as they collapse, they make another type of deal around the bottom side, and that's what holds it in so that it doesn't come out. This is the tool that we're going to use to set these rivet type things into place. And what it is, it has a hex head bolt. You'll notice in the kit it's the longer of the bolts that are in there. And then we want to put a washer on, and then we have a nut, and then another washer. And then we'll get our hex bit, which I've already put in here. And then we're going to run this down inside here. Take our ratchet. And we'll use our ratchet. We're going to start tightening this up. We have to hold that nut that we put on there with a wrench. We've got that one set. Now we'll go do this one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put our mounting bracket on this side and get it all in place where it's supposed to go. Put our drip channel cover back on, and then we're going to go over and do all this to the other side. Once we have these rivets installed, then the next thing we're going to do is install our mounting bracket. And we're just going to take the 2 smaller screws that came with our installation kit, and we're going to start those in here. And grab our T-handled hex wrench and run these down in here and tighten them up. Once you have this on, then you can go ahead and tighten this up, because it's not you're not going to move it anywhere anyway. Now, when we do the other side, we're going to have to make sure that we don't attach the other side until we're ready to attach our light, because we've got screws that have to go through on each end of this, and you look kind of silly if you put both these on at the same time, because then you won't be able to get your light bar in here. We've got this one all attached, tightened down. You can see that sucker's not coming off. It's on there to stay unless you take it off. So the next thing we're going to do then is we're going to reinstall our cover here for our drip channel.